Stop scrolling. Seriously, stop. These coins could be hidden treasure sitting in your pocket right now, and you're about to spend them like they're nothing. Do not spend these coins. Check your pocket now. I'm talking about silent fortune hiding in plain sight. Coins nobody talks about. Coins collectors are literally fighting over in private auctions. This is real auction shock. These coins change everything. And the scariest part? Each one I show you gets rarer, more valuable, and more dangerous to ignore. Stay with me till the end, because the last coin might already be in your hand. Coin number 1. Now imagine this. You're at a gas station, you get a few pennies back in change, and one of them looks slightly off. Not shiny, not clean, just this dull bronze with grey edges, like it's been through decades of quiet survival. Most people don't even look twice. They toss it, spend it, forget it. But what if I told you that exact moment, that careless second, is where people lose serious money? Because the 1957D wheat penny is one of those coins that doesn't scream value, it hides it. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous to ignore. 1957 wasn't just another year. America was deep in post-war momentum, industry booming, money moving fast, and the US Mint was under pressure. Mass production, high demand, millions of coins flooding out of Denver. But when production speeds up, precision drops. Dies wear down. Metal flow changes. Tiny imperfections start creeping in. And in that chaos, certain coins, like this 1957D, came out with a look, a texture, a survival story that today makes collectors stop and stare. Look closely at the front, the obverse. You'll see Abraham Lincoln's profile, calm, steady, almost unaware of the storm of production behind him. The words, "In God We Trust," across the top, "Liberty" to the side, and the date 1957 stamped firmly with that small but powerful D mint mark just below. That D is everything. It tells you this coin was born in Denver, where production pressure was intense. Flip it over, and there it is, the wheat reverse. 2 wheat stalks framing 1 cent and United States of America. Simple. Quiet. But collectors, they see more than design. They see opportunity. This coin isn't made of cheap metal either. It's 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. That gives it that rich bronze tone. But over time, something happens. The edges start turning grey. The surface darkens unevenly. That antique look? That's not damage, that's history. That's survival. It weighs exactly 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, about 1.52 millimeters. But here's what most people miss. The girth feel. When you hold it, it feels solid, dense, different from modern coins. That physical presence? Collectors notice that instantly. Now here's where things get serious. Extra fine condition. That means the details are still sharp. Lincoln's hair, the wheat lines, the lettering, all still visible without heavy wear. Coins like this weren't supposed to survive decades in circulation looking like that. Most got worn down, damaged, cleaned. And that's the biggest mistake people make. Never clean this coin. I don't care how dirty it looks. That natural toning, that grey edge, that dull bronze, it's everything. The moment you clean it, you destroy its story. And its value drops instantly. And yes, value. This is where people freeze. Because a 1957D wheat penny in this kind of preserved, untouched, extra-fine condition has reached market levels around $140 fiat. Let that sink in. A single penny. That's hidden wealth. That's silent fortune. That's life-changing money people are accidentally spending every single day because they don't know what to look for. Collectors don't treat this coin casually. When one shows up in the market, things get quiet, then intense. Bidding doesn't always explode publicly, it builds privately, slowly, aggressively. Because serious collectors aren't just buying coins, they're securing pieces of shrinking supply. And here's the truth. Fewer of these are appearing every year. People are holding them, locking them away, waiting, because patience in this game, it creates wealth. If you ever find one, here's what you do. First, do not spend this coin. Second, do not clean it. Third, check that mint mark. That small D matters more than you think. Look at the edges. Look at the color. Look for that original, untouched surface. And most importantly, get it professionally graded. Because without authentication, you're guessing. And guessing costs money. Most people miss this. They look for shiny coins, perfect coins. But real value, it hides in coins that look ordinary, even worn, but carry the right history, the right mint, the right survival story. This is not fiction. This is happening right now. And if you think this is big, the next coin, it makes this one look common, rarer, more shocking, and way more dangerous to ignore. Stay with me. Next up, you ever see a coin so ugly, so dark, so covered in strange black spots that your brain instantly says, trash? Good. Because that exact reaction is why people are losing fortunes every single day. The 1956D wheat penny is one of the most dangerous coins to ignore. Not because it looks valuable, but because it doesn't. And that's exactly how hidden wealth survives in plain sight. 1956 was a turning point year. America was booming on the surface, but underneath, the mint was pushing harder than ever to keep up with demand. Machines ran longer. Dies wore out faster. Pressure built quietly. And when that kind of stress hits coin production, something subtle happens. Coins start coming out with deeper, heavier textures, darker toning, surfaces that age differently. That's where this 1956D begins its story. Now picture the obverse, the front. Abraham Lincoln's face is still there, calm but slightly softened from circulation. In God We Trust stretches across the top, liberty sits to the side, and the date, 1956, rests firmly with that small but powerful D mint mark just beneath. That tiny D is your signal. Denver Mint. High output, high stress. Flip it over, and you see the wheat reverse. 2 strong wheat stalks framing 1 cent and United States of America. But here's the twist. On this coin, both sides carry dark, black antique spotting. Most people think that's damage. Collectors, they see originality. Those black spots are natural oxidation patterns formed over decades. They're not random. They're evidence that the coin hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been stripped, hasn't been tampered with. And that matters more than shine. Because once you clean this coin, you erase that entire story, and the value drops like a rock. Never clean it. Not even once. Hold this coin in your hand, and you'll feel it immediately. It's not light, not cheap. It carries that classic wheat penny density. 3.11 grams of mostly copper, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, around 1.52 millimeters. But here's what collectors obsess over: the edge feel. That slight firmness, that aged resistance when you roll it between your fingers. It feels like something that survived, not something freshly made. Now let's talk condition. Very fine. This is where things get interesting. The design is still clearly visible, but there's honest wear. Lincoln's features are softened. The wheat lines are still present, but slightly faded. And those dark antique spots? They sit on top of that wear like a fingerprint of time. Coins like this weren't meant to survive decades in circulation without being cleaned, damaged or lost. That's why finding one today, untouched, is incredibly rare. And this is where people make the biggest mistake. They see the darkness, the uneven color, and they try to fix it. They clean it, polish it, wipe it down. And in that moment, they destroy thousands of dollars in value. Because collectors don't want perfect, they want original. They want untouched surfaces. They want the truth of the coin, not a cleaned version of it. Now imagine this coin entering the market. It doesn't always show up in flashy listings. Sometimes it appears quietly, almost ignored at first. Then one collector notices the toning. Another sees the mint mark. Another recognizes the condition. And suddenly, the room changes. Bidding becomes focused, strategic, competitive. Because they know something most people don't. These coins are disappearing, being locked away, held, protected. Today, a 1956D wheat penny in this kind of preserved, very fine condition with original dark antique spotting has reached values around $160 hundredth. That's not spare change. That's serious money. That's a silent fortune hiding in something people literally throw into jars or leave in their cars. You could have held it and never known. So here's what you do if you ever come across one. First, do not spend this coin. I don't care how ordinary it looks. Second, do not clean it. Those black spots are not your enemy, they're your proof. Third, check that mint mark. That small D is everything. Then look at the surface, uneven toning, dark patches, natural wear. That's what collectors chase. And finally, get it professionally graded. Because without authentication, you're leaving money on the table. This is not fiction. This is happening right now. People are passing these coins every single day and losing life-changing opportunities because they don't know what they're holding. Most people miss this. They always do. And if you think a dark, spotted penny hitting over $160,000 is shocking, the next coin will make this one feel small. Cleaner doesn't mean better. And the next one? It breaks that rule in a way that's almost unbelievable. Stay with me. Next up, what if the one coin everyone avoids, the one with that ugly, massive black spot right on Lincoln's face, is actually the one worth the most? Sounds insane, right? That's exactly why the 1955D wheat penny is slipping through people's fingers every single day. People see that dark blotch and instantly reject it, call it damaged, worthless, not worth a second look. And in that exact moment, they walk away from a hidden fortune. 1955 was not a calm year for US. Coin production. Demand was surging, the economy was expanding fast, and the mint, especially in Denver, was under relentless pressure to produce more coins, faster than ever. Machines didn't rest. These wore down. Metal flow became inconsistent. And in that intense production environment, certain coins developed surfaces and features that today feel almost alive. The 1955D wheat penny carries that pressure in its very skin. Look at the obverse. Abraham Lincoln is there, but your eyes go straight to it, that huge black spot sitting boldly on the surface. Most people think it's damage. Collectors, they pause. Because that kind of deep, natural oxidation isn't random. It forms slowly over decades, untouched. Around it, you'll still see "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the side, and the date 1955 with that small but critical D mint mark underneath. That D connects this coin directly to Denver's high-pressure production lines. Flip it over, and the wheat reverse tells the rest of the story. 2 wheat stalks framing 1 cent and United States of America. The lettering is still there, though softened from time. This coin is in fine condition, meaning it has seen real circulation, real use, real life. And yet, it survived. That's the part most people don't understand. Coins like this weren't supposed to make it this far without being cleaned, damaged, or completely worn down. Pick it up, and you'll feel that classic wheat penny weight, 3.11 grams. Solid, dense, made from 95% copper with a mix of tin and zinc. Diameter sits at 19.05 millimeters, thickness around 1.52 millimeters. But there's something else, something you only notice when you hold it. The girth feel. That aged resistance, that slightly rough edge, that sense that this coin has been through decades without losing its identity. Collectors feel that instantly. Now here's where things flip completely. That huge black spot? It's not a flaw. It's a signature of originality. It proves the coin hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been polished, hasn't been stripped of its natural surface. And that's everything, because the moment someone tries to fix that spot, wipes it, scrubs it, dips it, the value collapses. Permanently. Never clean this coin. That spot is your proof of authenticity, your connection to its untouched past. Collectors are obsessed with coins like this for a reason. It's not about perfection. It's about survival. It's about finding a coin that still carries the exact surface it developed over 60-plus years. When a 1955D like this enters the market, it doesn't always explode instantly. It builds tension, quiet interest, then suddenly aggressive bidding. Because serious collectors know these are disappearing, being taken off the market, locked away in collections that don't resell. And the value? This is where it becomes almost unreal. A 1955D wheat penny in fine condition, with original surfaces and that distinctive large black oxidation spot, has reached around $180 for hundredth. Let that hit you. A coin people would reject at a glance is worth more than what most people earn in years. That's silent fortune. That's hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. So if you ever come across one like this, here's what you do. First, do not spend this coin. Not under any circumstances. Second, never clean it. That black spot is not your enemy, it's your proof. Third, check the mint mark. That small D matters more than anything. Then study the surface. Uneven tone, natural wear, untouched texture. And finally, get it professionally graded. Because without authentication, you're risking everything. Most people miss this. They chase shiny coins, perfect coins, coins that look valuable. But the real money? It hides in coins that look wrong, coins that feel off, coins that tell a story most people don't understand. This is not fiction. This is happening right now, in pockets, in drawers, in loose change piles across the country. And just when you think you've seen the most shocking example, there's one more coin out there that breaks every expectation. Cleaner, simpler, and somehow even more valuable. And the scariest part? People are spending it without even thinking. Before you spend another penny without looking, remember this. What seems ordinary could be a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. These coins are not just metal, they're missed opportunities, lost wealth, and life-changing discoveries waiting to happen. Check every detail. Trust nothing at first glance. Do not spend these coins, because the next one you ignore is the one that changes everything.